but first things first. There have been certain defining moments in U.S. hockey that have helped create what is now in the NHL very much of an even playing field. Neil Broughton winning that first Hobey Baker and then going on and having the career he had, maidens, the Hobey Baker is a big deal. What does it mean for Cole Caufield?
Oh, I think it means the world. The thing that was most impressive to me is, he was a high pick, obviously, in the first round, 15th overall, stayed for 2 years of college hockey, had an excellent first year, came back and just blew the lights out this year. 30 goals, dominant, did everything you want to see from a guy who kind of has to defy the odds with his stature as he moves up through the levels. Well, he blew the odds away this year.
Yes.
How well he played. I'm not surprised he turned pro. I'm fascinated to see how he does. He does remind me a lot of another guy that's a similar type player, Alex DeBrincat.
Similar build.
Who's been pretty darn good. If you look back at when he was drafted in his draft, he's certainly a top 10 player.
Yeah.
In hindsight. Now, he didn't go till the second round, so Caulfield already kind of started on the back or his shoulders. But I think he's going to be able to back that up. I really do. He's found a way to score at every level. And when you combine that with the fact that he got such a great tutelage at the University of Wisconsin, their strength and conditioning, their coaching staff, I think he's going to be really deadly for the Montreal Canadiens.
Let's welcome in Mike Johnson, who played for the Montreal Canadiens. And we talk about turning pro. There are some players who skip that and go straight from playing at, say, Bowling Green and go right to the NHL. You would know something about that, right?
Yes, good memory, Tony. It was about 25 years almost now, but I was a senior, though, very different than leaving after my sophomore year, but I played much like Cole Caufield. My team lost out. I signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs back then on a Friday night, and I played on Sunday for the Toronto Maple Leafs and went right to the NHL. There was no quarantine or anything, rules like that to deal with back then, but I think the Hobey Baker really just is a culmination of a great 2-year career. Cole Caufield was a first-round pick. He was going to play in the NHL. That's what his goal was to do. And so you want to go to college and get everything out of that experience you can, which means, of course, socially and emotionally, educationally, but also the development of the hockey side. And when you go out there and you're a goal scorer and you best the next best goal scorer in the country by 12, and you win the Hobey Baker as a sophomore, and your team has a great year, and you do well at the World Juniors, there is nothing left for him to accomplish at the collegiate level. It only made sense for him to turn pro, get playing on the pro level, and I can speak personally. I played 13 games in the spring after I turned pro. I didn't do very much. I think I had 2 goals and 2 assists in 13 games. But those 13 games prepared me so much for the summer of preparation, the next fall's training camp, and eventually having a pretty good rookie year by my standards. I think Cole Caufield will get the same thing. Couple games in the minors, figure out what the pro level is like. He's going to get to the NHL, I think, in the next 2 weeks or so for the Montreal Canadiens. And he's going to play for a good team, so he'll have to be good there. But I think eyes will be open to what's going to be required to be an impact player, which is what he wants to be and what he has always been. So congratulations to him. And as Lod said, it makes total sense why he's left school, turned pro, making his pro debut tonight.
With Laval, Lotz, I'm turning to you. He says 2 weeks. Montreal, they're in 4th place right now. Not only will he be playing at the next level, he'll be playing in very important games. What will that mean?
I think it'll be huge for him. I think it's a good idea to get him some games in the American League. Let him start there. But the fact of the matter is it's DEFCON 5 right now for the Montreal Canadiens. All they want to do is move up. They've got some injuries. We've seen that throughout this season. It's not surprising. And lo and behold, they make a move. They sign Caulfield, probably plan to have him in the American League, just like Johnny said, get some invaluable information that'll help him next year. Inevitably, I used to get this from players, and a lot of times from guys that weren't the biggest stature. Hey, I just did our testing. I noticed I was kind of at the bottom, and I'm shocked. It wasn't because they weren't working hard. They just didn't know what to do. That's one thing I think you can take out of the equation with kids in today's game. Even a player like Cole, he's not the biggest guy, but his techniques for training and being prepared, it's different. I'm certain that Johnny was the anomaly when he came out of college, but there's still a lot of players that they just don't quite know what that means, Johnny, until you say, see that guy over there? Not Tony Luffman. I'd be pointing to a real trainer. He's your best friend now. He's going to help you get there.
Right, and they'll put in that time and develop. To Cole Caufield's coach at Wisconsin, Tony Granato, because Cole is playing his first game as a pro for Laval. A national treasure, Tony Granato. It's a thrill to have you on this show. You're no stranger to high individual achievements. Make Cole's case for him because he's a modest kid. Why should he be the winner of the 2021 Hobey Baker?
Yeah, well, I watched him, and I was lucky enough to coach him the last 2 years. And this year was a special year for lots of different reasons for him. Not only did he lead the nation in scoring, but he also led us to a Big Ten title. And the one thing that I think Cole would be most proud of is I think how well his teammates played with him, and I think how well they made each other better. And I think that's what our group, our whole team is here watching this ceremony tonight. They're in the room next to me, all fired up to hopefully see Cole win a big honor here. And so I think that's the biggest thing for me was watching Cole make his teammates better and his teammates make him better. So it was a special year for us.
That says a lot about the esteem he has earned from his teammates. I know his Team USA teammates appreciated him a lot. You're wearing red, white, and blue, which is no surprise given your patriotism. The team that Cole was a part of played in a gold medal game at the World Juniors against a Canadian team that statistically was as good as any team has ever been at the World Juniors. We know that Cole and his teammates won that game. What did that show you about Cole Caufield?
Well, first of all, I think the year for him from a leadership perspective was something that he wanted to make sure he took seriously. And when he was an assistant captain on that team, he obviously had a great and important role on that team as far as leading those guys. And they went in there and played great. He had a great tournament there. He brought it back to us when he came back. We went on a great run. And I think that's where his development really excelled as well, was in the leadership side of things. So he's got a lot to be proud of. It's going to be an exciting night here as this thing continues. But again, we're proud of him here at the University of Wisconsin on what he was able to do and give us for the 2 years that he was here.
Coach.
And we are so excited to welcome in the newly crowned Hobey Baker winner, Cole Caufield. Cole, first off, congratulations on such a tremendous honor. I mean, so many great players have won this award in the past. TaiwanHockey, Johnny Gaudreau, Jack Eichel, Paul Kariya. I mean, what does it mean to you to join a list of such elite players?
Yeah, well, thank you. It obviously means a lot to me. It means a lot to my school back at Wisconsin. So I couldn't be more honored and privileged to receive this award, and it's something that I was working for the whole year, so it feels pretty good.
Well, you scored 12 more goals than any other player in Division I this season. It's an incredible stat. What do you attribute your ridiculous season to?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. I mean, obviously, I think my teammates are probably the biggest contributors to that. I had pretty good line mates this year, Linus Weisbach and Ty Pelton-Weiss, but our whole team as a whole unit, we did a really good job this year and kind of turned it around from the year before. So all credit to them. And then obviously the coaching staff did a great job with our team, putting us in the right situations to have success. And there's just a bunch of things that kind of contribute to all of that. And again, I couldn't be more thankful for this award.
Well, it must be a whirlwind type feel for you the last couple of weeks. Now you're winning the Hobey Baker Award. We've got Habs fans that I'm sure are watching, and they cannot wait to see you rock that Canadiens logo. How would you describe your game and how it will translate to the National Hockey League for fans that are anticipating your arrival?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to be a part of it. Obviously, it's a great organization, and I'm really looking forward to it. But I think I bring, offensive zone, creativity. I think my shot's a big part of my game, and just adjusting to different types of games is something that I've kind of learned at each level I've gone up in. So I've obviously played with some great players along the way, and I'd like to see I make them better as well. So I like to shoot the puck and score goals, but there's a whole different part of the game, and I think that's something that I've took strides in this past year, and it's going to help me along the way, and I'll never stop learning.
You've played with some amazing players already, and that list will continue to grow as you make your way towards the National Hockey League. Congratulations on the Hobey Baker Award again, and thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.